The topic is triple integrals in cylindrical coordinates. So let's try to do this example. Evaluate triple integral over the solid E x dv, where E is enclosed by cylinders x squared plus y squared equal 1. So let's draw the cylinders. So this is 1, 1. And the cylinders x squared plus y squared equal 4. So this is going to be 2. So it'll be one inside the other one. And by the planes z equals 0, which is just xy plane, and z equal x plus y plus 3, it's going to be hard. The only thing we want to make sure it's above the xy plane. So when the z-intercept will be what? Z-intercept will be, if you let x equal 0, y equals 0, you'll get 3. So assume 3 is right there. And then the x-intercept will be, if you let z equal 0, y equals 0, the x-intercept will be negative 3. Same thing, y-intercept will be negative 3. So that would be negative 3 here. So negative 3. So this plane, this is just part of the plane, right? So we can tell it's above the xy plane. Yeah, I think if you look at this point, think of a vector that's coming out of the paper. That's how the plane is coming to us. So yes, it is above the xy plane. All right, so let's do the triple integral. So the triple integral ex dv, this is going to be equal to, let's start always with the z, the inner integral. The z is going to go from the xy plane all the way to the plane. In other words, from z equal 0 to z equal x plus y plus 3. Right? And then x, remember we have to put r dz. Look at the definition right here. R dz, right? And then outside we want to have dr d theta for the outer integrals. So we need to look at the region, the projection on the xy plane. But remember, if you look at the cylinders, here's the first one, and here's the second one. So we're gonna get this annulus, right, as our region. So this is 2. So we know the r is gonna go from 1 to 2, and the theta is gonna go from 0 to 2 pi. Right? Now, what this definition says, every time we see x, we replace it by r cosine theta, y by r sine theta. So this is going to be 0 to pi, 1, 2, 0. X is going to be replaced by r cosine theta, y will be r sine theta, plus 3. X will be r cosine theta, r, and all of this dz, right? And then all of that will be dr d theta. Alright, so this is a constant, 0 to pi, 1, 2. So that will be r cosine, well, r cosine theta times r will be r squared. So r squared cosine theta times z, right? And it's between 0 and r cosine theta plus r sine theta plus 3, and then dr d theta. Alright, this is going to be equal to, now all we need to do, plug in for the z, 0 to 2 pi, 1 to 2, plug it for the z, that would be r squared cosine theta, r cosine theta plus r sine theta plus 3, minus, when you plug a 0, you don't have to do that, plug 0, you get a 0, and then this will be dr d theta. Now let's distribute 0 to 2 pi, 1 to 2, that will be r3 cosine square of theta plus r3 cosine theta sine theta plus 3 r squared cosine theta dr d theta. Alright, again, cosine squared and cosine sine, all of these are going to be considered constants. Which one? Right? So that's going to be equal integral from 0 to 2 pi. So that would be r4 over 4, the constant, we don't do anything to it, plus r4 over 4 cosine theta sine theta, we don't touch, plus 3 r3 over 3 cosine theta. And you want this to go from r equal 1 to r equal 2. Alright, you're almost done. This is going to go from 0 to 2 pi. Now we need to plug the 2 for r, so it's going to be 2 4 over 4 cosine square plus 2 4 over 4 cosine theta sine theta plus, this is going to go with that, so 2 cube cosine theta, and then minus, I need to plug a 1, so that would be 1 over 4 cosine squared theta minus 1 over 4 cosine theta sine theta minus cosine theta, right? And all of these d theta. So let me just rewrite it, or what do we need to do? Let me rewrite it in the back. And this will be equal integral from 0 to 2 pi 2 4 over 4, 16 over 4 will be 4 cosine squared, so 4 cosine squared plus 16 over 4 is also 4 cosine theta sine theta and then plus 8 cosine theta minus 1/4 1 over 4 cosine squared theta minus 1 over 4 cosine theta sine theta minus cosine theta, and all of this d theta. So the first thing I want to do, I want to add these numbers. 4 minus 1 over 4 is what? 16 minus 1, 15 over 4. 15 over 4 cosine squared theta. Now same thing, 4 minus 1 over 4 will be plus 15 over 4. I'm gonna write it sine theta, cosine theta, same thing. And then 8 cosine theta minus 1 cosine theta is 7 cosine theta d theta. This is going to be equal, I'm going to write it as 3 integrals. This will be 15 over 4 integral 0 to 2 pi cosine square d theta plus 15 over 4 integral of sine theta cosine theta d theta plus 7 integral cosine theta d theta. This is going to be equal to 15 over 4. This integral is easy. I did it right here. Just look. Where is it? Right here. Integral of cosine square, you're going to get 1/2 theta but plus 1/2 sine theta. So 1/2 theta plus 1/2 sine theta between 0 and 2 pi plus 15 over 4. This integral also, I did it in the front. It's one of the easiest ones. And you'll get sine square of theta over 2. Sine square of theta over 2 between 0 and 2 pi plus 7. Integral of cosine is just sine. Again, between 0 and 2 pi. Now let's get rid of the 1/2. This is going to be equal 15 over 4 times 1/2. That would be 1 plus sine theta between 0 and 2 pi. Same thing here, 15 over 4 times 1/2 sine square of theta between 0 and 2 pi plus 7 sine theta between 0 and 2 pi. And this is going to be equal 15 over 8. Plug in the 2 pi. 1 plus sine of 2 pi is 0. Right? Minus. If you plug a 0, you get 1 plus 0. So the inside will be what? 1 minus 1 is 0. Which is good. Now 15 over 8. Again, sine of 2 pi will be 0. Sine of 2 pi will be 0. 0 squared is 0 minus 0. Something is not right. Plus 7 sine of 2 pi 0 minus 0. I think I made a mistake. Yeah, I see the mistake when we plug in and this is gonna be, yeah, when I took off 1/2, this is gonna be theta. That's the mistake. So that would be 2 pi, right? Plug in the 2 pi into theta. So 2 pi plus 0 minus, plug in 0 for theta, would be 0 plus 0. So this is 2 pi, right? So 2 pi. Yep, so everything is fine. So this is 15 over 8. 2 pi plus 0 plus 0, and that will be 30 over 8 pi. And that's the answer. And that's it for this example.